G'day everyone. Uh, my build is not complete. However, it's pretty strong and you can farm a lot of currency with it as it currently stands. My gear is not at a beginner level. I've just wasted all my currency, so I can't even buy beginner level stuff, really. Because this season, beginner level is basically 100 to 200 flame elementium. Last season that would have been obscene. However, you can make currency pretty easily up to 100 or 200 flame elementium. So looking at the gear, we'll start with the gear. My info, I'm not res capped. Um, it's fine for tier 7. If you want to do tier 8, you may want to res cap or not care about dying. If you don't know, you can level up to level 96 using revive tokens. So if you have enough of those, dying doesn't really matter too much, as long as you don't die too much and run out of revive tokens. Then it's going to hurt. So going over the gear, you just want max life, minion damage, and resistances. The double damage is nice. It just rolled on the helm. Chest, you want max life, percent max life, and some resistances. That's a really nice chest. I crafted that in one of the other videos. Gloves, you want regen, max life, and resistances. The attack speed does nothing. In the neck, if you can't afford a Warden's Breastpin, which you probably can't initially because they're quite expensive, then just go for a +1 minion skill amulet with some resistances and max life. You'll notice a trend of max life and resistances to cap your res. If you res capped, then go for stuff like minion max life or minion damage. The belt, Winter of Origin, is best in slot, hands down. This has come down a lot in price. So even if you get a 3 and nothing else, so this one's a 4 because it's got one additional up there. So 4 and 4 is pretty decent. However, if you can just get a 3, then that's quite good as well. A 4 is 50 flame elements. That's ridiculously cheap. For this belt, it'll give you a massive damage increase. Boots, Mind Infusion. I corroded mine. I got gear armor, +1 minion skill level, +1 max synthetic troop minion quantity. That means you don't have to use maniacal army anymore, and you can effectively get a 7 link because you're not using that item. These are, wow, come down 500 flame elementium since I bought mine, which is really nice. Rings, you just want minion damage, max life, some resistances. My rings are not good. I just tried to craft new ones and bricked 4 bases, so that's pretty sweet. This is just all stuff that didn't sell. I'm not going to salvage that. More crafting bases that bricked. That's just part of the game in Season 3. And the weapon, you're going for minion skill, minion damage, minion max life, crit strike rating, crit strike damage, or minions deal double damage. With Warden's Breastpin, 80 to 100% of your crit strike rating, crit strike damage is also applied to your minions. Be careful with this item. If you are going auto bomber, your minions can only deal physical damage. Your Reapers will deal 0 damage. So you need a corrosion here that says your minions cannot deal physical damage. That means they are dealing everything but physical, as long as their base type is other than physical. So that is the equipment. Next, let's go over the skills that I'm using. So, God of Machines. I didn't realize I'm on Isomorphic Arms. I'm normally on Mighty Guard. You can mix and match depending on what your weapon is like. To start off, you'll go Mighty Guard, because unless your weapon is really good, +2 minion skill level is far better. Orders, 20% additional minion damage is really good. Sentries, we don't really use them. And 35% chance to gain a barrier when taking damage is really nice, as long as you stack a bit of barrier, which we do in the build. So a little bit of damage or a little bit of tank. You can switch between those two as you like. Going through the skills, this is level 96, so you won't have as many points, but you just take points out depending on how your build feels for what you are farming at that stage. So you might take a little bit of damage out. Minion max life is damage, so that's 4 points you could save there. A little bit of life regen. That's actually a lot, but you know, you can take points out depending on how you feel with what you are. What the hell? Why do I not have... Oh my god. What is wrong with me? Ah! How long has that been? What am I doing with my life? That's really nice. I can't get rid of that. That's pretty nice. Let's take 1 point off that. 5% max life's huge, but... Oh my god. It's been so long into this season and I didn't have that. Holy crap. And that's a huge point as well. What am I doing? Minus 20% damage while moving is pretty huge. Exactly the decision we need right now. Wow. Just ignore you saw that. Boss, max synthetic troop quantity. You can use this one sometimes. Barrier only takes 1 hit. In this season, there are a lot of things that can just kill you. Last season, there was less, so that's not really that useful. So that's really nice. And kinetic conversion. Burning aggression's pretty nice. 50% chance of minions to ignore armor. Would boost your damage a fair bit, but less damage taken and a barrier every 5 meters is quite insane. I can't believe I didn't have that for 4 weeks of this league. Going on to Alchemist, we have life regen speed. I was running Source for minus 100% sealed manifest Spirit Magus skills in conjunction with the Ice and Fire Spirit Mages for their buffs. However, I like the life regen from this and precise rejuve, etc. Overflown mana gives more life regen. Again, is really, really nice. And looking at the skills, going through, you can go through them and see what they do. Onto slates. My slates are not perfect. I don't know what perfect looks like. I do a fair bit of damage, so I don't really... I shouldn't say I don't care. However, I've rolled a ton of slates. I haven't looked into golden slates because they can go for 2, 3, 10,000 flame elementium, which is absolutely obscene, considering you can make like 100, 200 flame elements in an hour. spending 4,000 or 5,000 flame elementium on a slate, it'd want to 10 times your damage. So what I've gone through, I've got 10% max life. This is the base, which is 60% minion crit and max life. Really nice. Crafted on a couple extra things. Sealed mana is pretty big this season. 18% mana and armor for barrier absorption. So this one's not that great, but it is +1 minion skill level and minion damage. The rest of that actually does nothing, so that is an absolute garbage slate. That is actual garbage. Going through, we got crit, max life regen. So all the crit in the world, all the minion damage in the world, and all the max life in the world. So max life, minion, max life. That's our tank and minion damage, which is crazy good. 8% damage transferred. Again, sealed mana. Max life, damage, crit. All the crit. All the Warden's Breastpin. Bonuses that we can find. Again, max life, minion crit. Hopefully that gives you an okay insight to slates. Slates are very... they're basically like crafting in this game. It's a dislike, however. That is the state that we're in. Non-legendary divinity slates. Got a machines. Item level 86 because we want 86 because we want the 12 crafts. We want crit. So this would be the ideal slate. Crit. There's one for 100. I wish I had 100 flame elementium. But I've only got 66, so I can't buy that. That's extremely expensive. So remove that. We'll go with max life. So you want 10% max life, 30% minion max life. There's none. Oh, it actually removes the one that you click on now. It used to be random, which is nice. So we're not going to get that. Can we get one that's this? No. That's a shame. Let's get the other crit. I believe that was the top one. These are nodes on the tree. That's why selecting the other one will actually do something. We'll see if we get lucky. 10%. Nope. 10%. Nope. So let's just look for this. You're dreaming. So I'd go and buy, that one's really nice actually, minion damage and crit. Skill radius, not really. 5 minions, no, that's got nothing. Extra minion crit strike. Rating, sentries, no thank you. Armor, minion res, 6% erosion damage. Minion damage, ooh, hello. 7, that's pretty good. I'm rapidly running out of currency here. However, rolling slates is pretty temperamental. So you need a large pool of what you want to do. I've only got 3 here. It's not a great example. However, you should get the idea. Now, I I haven't watched any videos on how to do this efficiently. The way I understand it is you can get any tier 1 or minor, and then it can upgrade into any tier 2. So sentry damage doesn't matter, sealed mana for aura skills. I believe that these can still roll into minion crit. So 24% damage. It's not really great for us, so we'll revert that. And we'll go for, again, minion crit strike. Doesn't really do anything. Regen's mana, that's life regen. +1, that's really, really insane. So that went from sealed mana of aura skills into +1 synthetic skill troop level. You can read, I can't. Now we're just hoping for Sentry to upgrade into something else or a Divinity. And we didn't get it. So Sentry sucks. +1 is really good. And we got 30% minion damage and minion crit. And regen mana is regen life with this build. We'll try another one. So we've got minion crit strike damage, which is really nice. Minion max life's also nice, but we get what we get. Why does it just keep overriding that? Frostbite does nothing for us. Minion elemental. I've only got 2 left. I've already got that. However, minion elemental res is just garbage. So that one's I mean, it's probably better than what I had, but it's not that nice. And the final one, minion crit, is really nice. Max life, minion damage. So that by itself is pretty nice. However, we want better. There we go. Minion damage. This is really nice. 30% minion damage. That's really, really nice one. We'll see if we get anything else. Additional fire damage. No, thank you. A 13% chance to get something else. And so we ended up with one really nice slate here. We've got minion damage, minion crit strike rating, minion crit strike damage, minion damage, minion damage, minion crit, minion crit. That is a really, really nice brand. So now we just need to install that. We're going to remove that one. And which one was it? It's this one. So we want to install that. It doesn't fit. Oh no, what are we going to do? We're going to adjust the shape. What? Is that the... I mean, if that just rotates around, it should fit, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, there we go. And there we go. That's how you change a slate. Now we have a really nice one there. Shame it didn't have the +1 minion skills. But now we have a bunch of nice slates. A couple of slates. Minion crit, max life. Minion damage crit +1, maybe? +1 minion, ignore, life regen. Anyway, I'm just going to leave it at that. Otherwise, we can stay on this for ages. Next, we have Pactscripts. This is the damage Pactscripts that I have at the moment. Spiny Snail Iris. A bit of defenses on this side. And my legendary going that way. Bunch of minion damage, minion crit, attack speed, etc. It's really easy to switch now between XP. Again, tank, because you don't want to die. Pactscripts are... I've got more because I've played every season. I've logged in after every maintenance and got the free currencies, etc. If you're just starting out, you won't have as many currencies as me unless you drop some cash, which I do not endorse. I endorse getting the season pass and stuff because it's enhancing your experience. But yeah, anyway, enough on Pactscripts. All right, hero traits. We have. I don't even know if this is any good. Um, I'll probably change this for hero memory effect and crit strike. But you want to go with percent max life, hero memory effect. There's so many different things that you could put in here. I believe this is reasonable. Trade search isn't going to do anything good. Over here, you want adds percent players max life to minions base life with self-destruct damage. Again, percent and minion max life, or percent self-destruct damage. And I'm surprised I don't have more self-destruct damage ones, and just more max life. Oh, I didn't actually look at the traits. So surprise force into quick battle into preparation with guerrilla tactics, and these two are based on what you're doing. I find fuel war with war is better for bossing. However, heroic sacrifice is better for mapping, just because you're not waiting for a stack of 12 to do your best damage. This one's just a constant buff, basically, whereas this one's more explosive damage. Have I missed anything? Obviously I have. Skills. Now, there isn't a whole lot of difference between spider tanks or machine guards. Machine guards have a higher base hit points. So they have 2100. It is higher than spider tanks, I believe. Yeah, so 400 base life higher, so I'll do more damage that way. However, spider tanks have +6 additional spider tank damage to every spider tank summoned. So that's 18% per summon versus machine guard that is just skill area. So their explosions are bigger, which is great, and a higher base life. So there's not much difference between these two. I just happened to buy level 21 spider tank because they were 200 flame elementium each. I'm not sure what level 21 machine guard is, but it is probably about 500 flame elementium. So that is why I use spider tanks with mechanical mod, crit strike chance, crit strike damage, tendon slicer, and steamroll. I should change this one to one with mark because I'm not using the spirit magus to attach that to enemies. It's the exact same setup as there, they're just in different spots. We got blink with magic dash for the extra charge and cost conversion, so it uses life instead of mana, which you regain back instantly, so you don't notice the cost of that at all. We have resurrection warcry with lion's roar for extra charges, residues so it doesn't cease at the full life, and again cost conversion, so we don't notice the cost at all. We have Frost Shield with extended duration and again cost conversion. This gives us minus 50% additional physical and fire damage taken for 3 seconds. And if you are farming tier 8s in lava, this is insane. Or if you're doing Path of Brave 2, that's a really good defensive layer. Now this slot you can either do this or you can change it to Frost Spirit and Flame Spirit for the 140% crit strike rating and mana every second, which is quite nice regen as well. You would pair that these two with Mark, so your minion is your Magus are applying Mark for your spider tanks to do more damage. With that scenario, you have about 98% of your mana sealed. The Maguses are free, however, the Mark is not. So if you want to cast a couple of things quickly, so if you want to spam your spider tanks, you can't. You have to wait that extra second or half a second between summoning the next one because you don't have the mana to do it. You can cast once, wait, cast, because you have, it's about, these only cost 11 mana to cast, and I think I had about 12 or 13 mana unreserved. So quality of life, I've just gone with Rejuve. So it's a number sealed, so 200 sealed there. Extra armor, another 200. Seal conversion, I only just switched to this. Ideally, you want a precise seal conversion because this has a mana cost multiplier of 100% plus 162% additional sealed mana. Precise, I believe, does not have the mana cost multiplier. It just has the additional. So you are sealing a hell of a lot less. Basically, instead of sealing 1400 life, we would seal about 600. So you would have more base life, basically. So we've got regen here, precise for the 10% life restoration speed. They're about 60 flame elementium. I found that one. Precise magical source is 21% mana regen speed. Again, mana regen speed over is life regen for us. Nothing is really costing any mana because all of our cost items, except for the tanks, spider tanks, are costing life. So all of our mana regen is life regen. So that's just a bunch of life regen and a bunch of mana. So 3% additional armor from precise and the base armor there. Here we are using precise fearless for the area crit strike damage and the explosions. Weapon amplification, again, precise has an 8% chance to inflict paralysis on hit. Normal does not have that. If you have the currency, you may as well get precise. The only time that is different is with the cast on crit, which we don't use anyway. It completely changes the skill. Now, we don't have to benefit from these at all, so we use Selfless for reduction in sealed mana and Restrain for more reduction in sealed mana. Our auto defense, precise auto defense, doesn't cost that much more. It used to do more last season, doesn't do as much this season compared to normal. So if you can't afford it, don't worry about it. I don't think it's that expensive. We have protection field, cooldown reduction, and delayed pain. Delayed pain basically splits up the hit over the next 4 seconds. So you get 25% of that. So instead of getting one shot, you'll get a debuff over 4 seconds instead, which is countered by a lot of our regen. Alright, that's the skills. Done hero traits, done packs, done skills, done talents, done equipment. So, alrighty, we're back in Ember's Rest. So we'll do a quick check of damage. Go down to the average. is really low. Why is this so low? I hate this test dummy so much. This should be at about 1.6 billion. I've upgraded things since I last looked at this. It's kind of sad that, I don't know, there is no way this is doing 733 million damage. Sometimes I see a 700 million crit, so not a good example of test dummy. Let's do a Path of the Brave. Path of the Brave 1's way too easy. Let's do a Path of the Brave 2, then we'll do a 3. Oh, Path of the Brave 2 is too hard for you. Is it though? You can buy Path of the Brave 1's for less than 1 Flame Elementium each. Run the 1, run the 2, sell the 3. You can do that even with far less gear than me. Yeah, and you'll make like 100 Flame Elementium an hour, which means that you'll get the upgrades quite quickly. Versus mapping, this is not a great mapper. Auto Bomber is a far better mapper because you don't have to do this stutter step. You can just run around and shit explodes. I'm stubborn. I haven't really gone after a Auto Bomber this league. However, it would be far better for mapping. I've just been enjoying. Enjoying is a pretty loose way of saying it. Testing out new things. Crafting. I've had some success. I've wasted thousands of Flame Elementium. But farming Path of the Brave is quite easy. It's quite brainless. You can do it while watching Netflix, no worries. Watching YouTube, chuck me on the other screen and test it out. This is definitely not the strongest character this season. I hear Thea is really good. I'm hoping Hafiz can hook me up with a build guide, and then I'll give it a crack. I'll probably farm up some currency and get some gear first. I'm not going to butcher this character. I'm going to leave it as is, even if it's just a waste to have all that stuff sitting there. But I'm GooBoomBa in this game. Goober in others. Anyway, we'll keep going. We'll try the 3. That's the first time I've actually pressed a defensive. So I guess this is reasonable. It's a bit faster than last time I did a Path of the Brave 3. I just got stuck on something. You can't really see the ground. Ocean of Rock, whatever that is. It might be okay. As you can see, our regen is quite nice. It's pretty decent. We have got 5,100 base life after sealed. So we can take a bit of a hit. We do need that precise seal conversion for extra base. However, it should be reasonably easy if we just focused on farming rather than just doing random shit every single day, which is basically what I've been doing. So I make a video on farming Path of the Brave, then I make a video on a different type. I don't really spend an entire day farming something. I would probably have a lot more flame elementium if I did that. However, I don't think putting out a video of the same thing over and over is the best idea. So that's Path of Brave 3. As you can see, I was just staying a little bit out of his range there. Let's try a 4. I don't think I'll be successful, but we'll try it anyway. It's a shame I don't really have the currency to try out other bosses for this. Bit of sloppy planning on my part. However, we'll see how terrible this goes. I think it's going to be bad, but never know. Might surprise myself. Sniffles. Seems to be going reasonably so far. Hopefully it keeps going reasonably. I'll probably just get to one stage and I'll just get absolutely shit stomped. Just like that. It's probably erosion damage that killed me. Pop a couple of defensives and run away for a second. Regen. And go back. It's only 33. Gosh. Go back to where you come from. Hi ho, it's off to work we go. Try and get some damage in before we run away. This is the downside to the hero trait that I'm using. So we could just switch to this one. Now we have a more flat damage, not really a bossing damage. Have it might get us a little bit further. So I'm not waiting for the 12 stacks to do more damage. 36. Grab that FE. Probably need it. Since we're poor. Poor. We are not very rich at the moment. I made a crafting video yesterday, so that chewed up my currency. This is pretty slow. It's pretty stressful. It's not really the type of farming that I would do. Unless I get something that is going to just blow my mind. This time, I would suggest just doing the chill ones, which is... Oh, that's a bad spot to charge. Just do Path of Brave 1, 2, probably 3. Make a ton of currency. And if you like high stress things, then do the 4. However, I would just do enough Path of the Braves to get me into another farming zone. And see how we go. I knew that was coming. Oh, that was a terrible spot to dodge. Yep, dead again. I was dead before I even dashed then. So, Path of Brave 4, not really. Last season, easy. This season, not so easy. Exile 2 waiting. Still playing, I see. Luna again. Yo. So that is a bit of a showcase. Can we afford anything else? Let me see. Holy balls, why are these so expensive? 13 flame elementium. 10. Whew. Dive. 10. Jeebus. Corrosion material. Must be crazy. Familiar Nexus. 75 each. Holy crap. What is going on? They need to increase the drop rate of the edicts by about 100%, 200%, or 10 times. Tidemaster. This has about a 50% drop rate, so which I guess, including tax, you're probably going to break even from the Nexus when they sell, because if these are 30 flame elementium per run, that's 60 flame elementium cost for 2 runs. You'll sell for 75, you'll lose, I don't know, like 10 from you'll lose 10 from tax. Gosh, we got pretty lucky. We got an Everlasting Cloud and a Dark Surge. Everlasting Cloud is 39. So we definitely made a profit off this one. 30 cost, 39 profit there. This was the thing that dropped in Path of Brave. Worthless. And the Touch of the Dark Surge. We didn't get lucky. That's probably sell for 5 if I have a spare slot. I have a lot of shit ones of these that haven't sold. People will just grab that, corrupt it, maybe double corrupt, and hope to hit Agility Blessing and crit strike rating. So that'll be a crit strike, spell crit, positive crit damage, and Agility Blessing. We'll see what it's worth. Maybe. Yeah. Anyway, that is this guy. Use your own portal. It'll put you in a better spot instead of using the given one. Do I have any other things? Do I have a Lawbreaker? I do. Let's do a Lawbreaker. Just so you can see that you can farm whatever you want, really. Lawbreaker, other stages is... not going to go into that. So that's Lawbreaker. Pretty hard fight, as you can see. Fall on Starlight is a guarantee. Ailment damage, Agility Blessing, Skill Radius, Ailment damage. That's probably pretty decent, actually. Which is surprising. Let's have a look at the price check for Ailment and Ailment. Nothing. Ailment and Skill Radius. I feel like that'd be really good for that RF. Tune, Ailment, and Radius. That seems really nice, actually. So I think we got reasonably lucky with both of those bosses. Let's see if we've got another one. Do we have a Void Sea? We do not. Let's see what they cost. Beacon, Void Sea. What the? What the? These obviously don't drop enough. 40 flame elementium. What the fuck? That is obscene. That's disgusting. 2 each for these. Let's do a normal rift. It's not unfinished, it was Path of the Brave. Oh no, it was, I don't know, Lawbreaker or something. We'll see how this goes. I dare say this is going to be very difficult. So we'll just stand here. Do I have to keep pressing buttons? Yeah, it's not really exploding that fast. Let's just keep casting. This fight last season was crazy good. FE per hour. If you did 100 of these, you'd make a ton of profit. However, this season, not so much. So you always get a Dazzling, you always get a Beacon, you always get a Truth Ember. You used to get Infinity. Now they've put Infinity into the Pedigree of the Gods and lowered the drop rate by a lot. Let's do an Uber Traveler. See how this goes. It's a little bit harder. You can't just stand in the center because there is mechanics that you cannot avoid. I'm really hungry. Need some lunch. So we'll do a little phase. Kill the minions, whatever. Does that hurt? Yeah, not really. Regen is strong. Pop a shield, because why not? Pop a regen, because we're already at max life. Those phases are pretty much the same as normal. As you can see, our regen was pretty good then. We took a hit. This one, he'll do this twice. You just run around in a circle and avoid this. I think he can just summon a minion to tank that, but it's really easy to just run around in a circle anyway. Oops. Unless you get stuck. And that is Uber Traveler. He's not really that much harder than normal. Got a Prisoner Ring. Last season that would have been 40 Flame Elementium. Oh, we're rich. This season that didn't have any good crafting on it, so it's just garbage. But yeah, so that's normal Traveler, Uber Traveler, Keegan. I haven't done Uber Keegan. Probably could, but I can't afford it. All of that stuff, I can't afford this because that's insane how expensive it is. Yeah, I think that's everything that we needed to cover. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments and I will answer. But yeah, that is my build guide. If I had to prioritize items to buy, Winter of Origin first, Mind Infusion second, Warden's Breastpin third, Auto Bomber up until Warden's Breastpin. Depending on what corrode you get, you can either keep going or Auto Bomber or go with Spider Tanks. Let's see what this is worth. Uncorroded, Gear Plasticity, 8 Flame Elementium. I guess that was okay-ish. However, not really, honestly. Tier 4 and stuff. Eh. Anyway, let's just do this. Ugh, that is terrible. That should have been moved up so you could easily select the stuff. 100 plasticity. See if we get anything. I clicked too fast. And nope. Projectile damage, yay. That's a shame. Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Cheers.